Today I'm going to be replacing the motor mounts on a 1985 300 SD turbo diesel Mercedes 126. As you can see, that motor mount is completely worn out. Here's what a new one looks like. So there it is. There's one on each side. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side first. First I'm going to remove the air cleaner, the air filter, which is simple. Just pop this off. Next I remove this. It was 8mm and 8mm there and there, and as you see I got a bungee cord holding it on there. Now it's time to get at that motor mount real good. This is supposed to be, can't even see that, but I'm picking out there and clean out that hole and stick 6mm in there. Alright, go ahead. See the motor mount caved in? We'll really try to get you a good look at it. That's what we got, our hole right there. And what we've done, we've made a steel plate, and what we're going to do right there, and we're going to buff that clean, and we're going to weld the plate. The motor mount disaster, so I got a metal plate, and I'm going to cut it to size so it fits. Got some holes right there for the motor mount. And so next I'm drilling holes. You get what you want. This thing. 1990 drill press.
Oh, the drill bits?
What size is that bit?
1.25 inches.
Quarter.
Nice.
Got it. And
okay, there it is.
Beautiful.
Here, wipe it down.
Is that up there?
So you have to, I didn't know you had that bit.
Prettier, but you booked enough. But I have to do it again. So I use some chalk to get it pretty close to where I need it. Basically, this side is all good. Basically, right here is where the hole is. And I used a napkin as tracing paper, and then a piece of paper onto that, copied from the napkin to the paper, and then glued it onto here, and now I'm going to cut it again around here. You know, when I'm working with this thing, all the chalk and the lines were coming off. Now I won't have that problem, because I'm just going to go along the paper. And that's it. This thing's going to sit up on it, just like this. Buffer. I'm buffing all the metal super clean so I can weld it on there. Okay, so here's my next move. I got my steel plate cut to perfection. Got the motor mount on there, as you can see, and it's gonna cover up the hole. I use this paper to make it perfect. Traced it on a napkin and everything like that. I've got a nut holding the bolt in there, and make sure it's lined up right, and then I'm gonna put it on there. Sanded it down, buffed it down, no paint, no anything on there. And I also did that to the car where the hole is. So as you can see, our steel plate, and you can see that middle 8mm bolt going up into the motor mount arm, as well as I got that 6mm one down there, and the other side is just kind of floating until I weld this steel plate to the frame. And as I said, just do it as a loose tooth, kind of, you know, loosely put in the 6mm, then I kind of lined it up and put in the 8mm. You need extension for sure to get through there. As you can see, to line it up, the engine will move a little bit. I got it on a jack with some wood. Use this jack to jack it up. I'm going to take one piece of wood out, down a little bit, and then I'm going to fit this end on there. As you can see, I've already got the motor mount on right there. So line up that motor mount arm so it goes right through the center of the motor mount. You can wiggle this engine a little. I've got a hammer or some wood just to push that thing over so it lined up the hole. As I got this in loosely, I can move this around to try to line it up right there. And you want to screw it in by hand. You can see that crack everywhere, and that steel plate goes basically all the way around. Mount goes in, that 6mm. I got a nut on the end of it that's holding it. Now we're just going to tighten everything up and gradually lower it down and tighten it up and gradually. There it is, welding the steel plate on. Clean engine, and it's running good.